DJ Souls and Momo present Sunrise to Summer. Sunrise to Summer. Most anticipated event for the summer. It goes down Saturday, June 27th at Legends Place, 495 East and 95th Street. Get ready for the Total Destruction crew. DJ Kev, Top of the Line family, DJ Young G, and the birthday boy coming through. The Simpler X, live and direct out of Vinci. Tickets are only $20. You pay more at the door. With drinks on sale and food on the house. Saturday, June 27th, Sunrise to Summer. New York, get ready. This is gonna be a movie.
Jazz presents Calypso Cabaret on the Rooftop, Thursday, May 7 from 8 p.m. On stage, Calypso Monarchs DC Brown, Herb Black, Reigning King Desral, Linda Chocolate Berthia, Liam Happy Jabatiste, Junior Calypso runner-up Treasure, the return of the journalist and Super Sweet, and celebrating his golden jubilee, 50 years in Calypso, from Trinidad and Tobago, the Pink Panther, MC Izai Hall. Tickets cost $50 and are available at Steve's Barbershop. You pay more at the door. Park and ride from outside Central Library to Jazz Calypso Cabaret, Thursday, May 7 from 8 p.m. on the Rooftop. The view is on the house. For more information, call 487-6614.
Life is a cabaret, old chum. So come to the cabaret.
Let the rhythm inspire you at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Pure Jazz. Tuesday, May 5th, Grammy-winning Esperanza Spalding. Then on Thursday, May 7th, Branford Marcellus Quartet. May 6th, Kingdom Night, Gospel Powerhouse Thai Tribet. Ada AE. Then feel the rhythm at Caribbean Fusion. Friday, May 8th, featuring the original Wailers with Al Anderson. Skip Marley, Cast the Band. Imran Nerdy, Dexter Daps. World Beats. Saturday, May 9th, Afrobeat sensation Thames. Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May. The Ultimate Celebration, Sunday, May 10th, featuring the legendary Billy Ocean. Beverly Knight, Mervyn Wilkinson, R&B icons Brandy and Monica. Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub.
When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
Good afternoon, Hush Talkers. Welcome to another episode of Hush Talk. I want to welcome you here this afternoon. If you are a very loyal follower of Hush Talk and you're back, welcome back. If you are new and you're joining us for the first time, I still want to welcome you. It is my pleasure. I see we have a small gathering already. So all those who are already here, thank you, and welcome. Tonight, our topic was about jazz. And as you can see, I am your only host. Hopefully, so far, I am hoping that at some point, maybe one of my other co-hosts will join me, but we're still going to miss Vilna. Again, I want you to say a prayer for her family. As we shared with you last Hush Talk, she lost her brother. And of course, the family's in the process of grieving. All of us who are here right now, I'm sure we have lost a loved one, a friend, a family, and we know what it is to grieve. So you want to give her ample time before she comes back to the show and take us up this, responsibility. One of the things we always talk to you about is healing. Making sure you recognize the moments when you're hurting, when you need space, when you need time to step back and pray and to just reflect. So, of course, if we were talking to you about healing, we would be kind of hypocrite if we didn't heal ourselves. So she's still out healing. So please, if you have the capacity, say a prayer for her family, say a prayer for her. You can send her words of encouragement on any platform, on any, avenue where you can reach out to her and, just let her know how you're feeling. But I do want to welcome everybody who is here already. I was very, very, very excited about this episode because last episode, one of my hosts was on and she had an amazing guest speaker and I wanted to be on, but a situation kind of took me off for some of the show, even if I was there. So I kind of wanted to really jazz up this moment because we know right now, St. Lucia is on fire. People are jazzing it. I think today is Wednesday, so it's Kingdom Night. I hope I'm saying that right. Kingdom Night. I've never been, so I think I'm saying it right. Kingdom Night, and I know my co-host was telling me, Tamara was telling me she's caught up in traffic. She's trying to get home to join me. And guys, right away, I kind of developed a little bit of trepidation. I'm going to tell you about it in a little bit. So, but before I go into the mainstream of what I want to talk to you about today, there is something I want to share with you. While the festival has been going on, I have a friend who is a professional photographer in St. Lucia, and he has been working very hard capturing the vibes in St. Lucia at a different events, the opening of this, the opening of that, showcasing the different artists. And he shared with me an amazing video, I think 2 days ago. And I was like, yes, I cannot wait to share that with the audience. So if, there are people in St. Lucia looking forward to doing jazz, if there are people who are still looking forward to going to St. Lucia and getting there by May 10th to kind of do the main stage event, it will kind of hype them up a little bit. So I felt the hype and I wanted to do it. But before I tell you what I'm going through right now, I am going to share that hype with you. I want you to look at how much St. Lucia is on fire. I almost kind of hate my sister because she's there also too right now. And she's always just posting all of those little snippets, recording all the artists, my section, the reggae section, the calypso section, all of the different genres, the country and western. And I'm seeing the way she's capturing the crowd, moving from one end to the next. And I'm like, oh my goodness, St. Lucia is on fire. So I want to share this with you before I go any further. So allow me, please. Look at these clips. It's just 5 minutes long. Let me share this clip with you.
Oh, well, I'm here to enjoy myself.
I always come to the opening. I think it's one of the best shows.
I like the openness of the venue, and I like that it's located in Masha.
I think my favorite part is how loving and welcoming everyone is.
The opening of jazz, really, it's a community jazz event, but from a main stage point of view. So it's to give the elements of what we expect throughout the festival.
Oh, if I say you have a beautiful body, would you rub it against me? And there goes a memory, it's that same old hurt again.
If you notice, there's a little bit of our culture in there. So we had a little twist.
If I was to marry, I would have married a ball, not a early ball, but a nice ball. Because ball does funk tonight, does funk tonight, all funk together.
It's been so relaxing and such a blessing.
Tonight I fight to keep the way I feel from showing through. But if you were me, could you still be this much in love with you?
Susan, so long as you say don't break a sweat down, you go tell her that oh, she.
That was a great move to have the legends into this event.
Cause I know, yes, there will be mountains to Rivers to cross. There will be rivers to cross, I know. But I'm gonna. Somebody sing.
Look, they never ever saw woman so damn crazy. The whole of home up with young girls and ladies. Oh, honey, sing with me.
Great thing to celebrate the greats because they are the ones that lay the foundation. They are the ones who were first for people like me and other young people to come.
I don't care what people say. I'm singing.
That diversity of music and musical appeal will always be a feature.
Every time it seems to be getting bigger. It's the whole idea we have of making the purple economy work for St. Lucia.
We say nobody take your leader. You will lick the time, will lick under the moonlight, the sense of it. We say nobody take your leader.
The island is beautiful. Where I'm at now is really, really amazing. First time here, and I'm definitely coming back. Even if it's not for work, it's for vacation, I'll probably be back.
St. Lucia, we said, live a little, breathe a little, let one. Every more could be happy, but I want you triple times.
My brother went to see Capleton, but I came to see Valiant.
Southside girl, they clean up. Road bicycle down, come be scared of love. Top girl will change the love. I got give you. Yeah. Hands up. Yeah. Touch your and calm day. Some girl on the pretty pan holiday. Don't shake it and come to me. It's for upset. Listen, my perfume is stuck on you. Girl, you love when I'm.
This experience is more meaningful to me because it's been a while and St. Lucia is one of the places that support me.
One person I don't have here to see. I hope the younger generation will take note of his music.
Come on on them. I'm on the vibe. I'm on the vibe. Who them a put out that them a child? This thing tell us what. Well, if you continue to do it, them is a way you can make a metal in a bitch and a bitch away to bed away.
You know, we always bring the energy, we always bring the vibe, we always bring the message.
Who do you think you are? Well,
People dance, they clap, they sing, they jump, they wave. You know, it's a joy and it's a blessing, you know.
Kuya, St. Lucia with the fire. Kuya, when we money vampire. Kuya, when we money water, what I hear them.
I'm here to see Capleton as well as Eta Bantan.
Tonight. Oh, can you come to my work?
My approach tonight is just closing it with energy, something that people will remember.
So, guys, thank you so much for being patient and listening. I am very sure if you saw this video, even if it's just a small part of it, you can imagine just what hype, what action, what vibe is going on in St. Lucia right now. I am sure you can imagine that. Like, I was watching this video, complimenting. I said that photographer's name? His name is Gavlin George. So Gavlin was the one who shared this clip with me, and he told me his work, along with the work of several other photographers in St. Lucia, went into capturing the events, capturing the pictures, capturing the people's response, capturing everything, and just putting together a glimpse of what's going on right now in St. Lucia and how people are enjoying this jazz festival. And when I saw this little clip, I became very high because I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait for Wednesday, for when Hush Talk come around, so we can talk and we can laugh and we can vibe and we can throw that out and we can really look forward to celebrating next year jazz in St. Lucia. But guess what happened? Oh, before I say that, I want to just kind of like, if you enjoy this clip, I'm going to put another link in the chat for you right now. This was a link sent to me by Ruby. Last year, we listened to Ruby talk about Jazz and Viege in the Miku area and how successful it was. So she sent me this entire clip. It's available on YouTube, but it's an hour and something long. And it's just really nice listening to the people who attended that jazz festival just talk about what it meant to them, what the experience was for them, what they were looking forward to, how, it kind of like settled into their bones and into their spirit, and to just appreciate the amount of talent that's actually in Miku, in St. Lucia, and international artists who have come together and to share that talent with St. Lucia. So if you get a chance, you can listen to it as well. But today came and I realized, oh my goodness, Vilna is out because she's planning her funeral for her brother. She's planning the funeral for her brother. Let me repeat that, not her funeral, the funeral for her brother. Tamara is caught in traffic because of all of the frenzy. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, wait, am I going to be the one to take on that jazz topic all by myself? And I started feeling a little bit of nervousness. I'm like, I love music. I love good time. I love vibing. But I don't know enough about jazz, and I don't know enough about the festivals and when they're happening and what each of the events are about. I don't know how to sell this thing to the people who are going to be listening tonight. And I decided, you know what? I don't think I'll talk about jazz tonight, I'm not going to talk about jazz because I don't want to sit out there talking to you and then I don't know what I'm talking about. So I decided what I was going to do was going to talk about something I know, something else, something I have information on, something I am comfortable speaking on. And as I start brainstorming topics I want to talk to you about, there was this little voice in my head that said, really, Yolanda? So you're going to run away from a challenge because you don't have other people there who know about a topic to help you, bridge the topic or share it out to your audience? And I'm like, yes, I will, because I don't really know what I'm talking about. And another voice over and said, you know what? Well, maybe you should talk about that. So now I want to talk about comfort zones. This was not something that was comfortable for me. I didn't want to talk about jazz when I'm not comfortable and I don't have enough knowledge. So I kind of run away from it. And I started feeling a little bit like a hypocrite because I'm like, here I am telling people to go out and take risks, to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. But here I am uncomfortable that I don't have a co-host support, to help me bridge this topic to you. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So we're going to talk about comfort zones. Yes, we're going to talk about what can you do when you're in a situation and it's uncomfortable. How can you go about figuring out, well, this is uncomfortable, but shouldn't I take a risk? Can't I, trust myself to handle a topic, or to handle a situation where when I'm done handling it, I'm going to end up being stronger rather than running away from that situation. Before we continue, I just have not looked at the chat. I have not welcomed my people. I just want to say hello and good night to some of the names I'm seeing. As usual, my family is there, big and strong, ready to support me and represent me. I see Leona. Shout out, Leona. I see Merlin. I see Nikki, Nicholson Shallery. I see my husband, Jerry Peter. I see Watch Radio. Peter is in the house. Welcome, Peter. I see Rhonda Spencer is in the house. She's saying good night to everyone. So welcome to all my family, all my friends, my other half who is here, those people who I cannot see. I'm also watching from here. I see my co-host is on. So Tife out. As soon as you get a chance, come on and join me. I need the support. Shana Salam. I see Shana Salam is on. Welcome to all those people who are on and all those people who are going to engage me in my topic tonight. Guys, before I start, I want you to put in the chat if you've ever had something you really wanted to do, maybe a conversation you wanted to have, maybe a business venture you wanted to start, maybe a new job you wanted to apply for, maybe an old job that was just not working out and you want to leave, maybe a relationship that wasn't working out and you're like, I need to get out of this relationship, but you just didn't do any of those things because you were afraid. And you start telling yourself, I prefer to stay in the familiar, where it's safe. I do not know if I venture out there what this is going to be like for me. So I prefer to just let me do what I'm doing, because I'm afraid if I change, something is going to happen that's going to require me to act or to be. And I don't know if I'm going to have the capacity to do that. So if you have this feeling that I had this evening, I want you to drop a line in the chat. Just tell us you've had a similar feeling, or if you're feeling comfortable, tell us, what you've wanted to do that you haven't done, or something you should not have done, but you did it anyway because you figured it was more comfortable than doing the other thing that could have pushed you towards growth. So let me see what you have to say. Yes, I saw Shana is on too, Leona. I said hello to her already. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to drop a line in the chat. Good night, Merle Emmanuel. How are you? Tonight we're talking about if you've ever been in a situation and that situation feels comfortable. So you decided to stay in that comfort zone and not venture out for fear if you ventured out, you were going to make a fool out of yourself, or you were just not sure what the unknown held. Or if you've been in a situation that is uncomfortable, but being in a situation could have brought about growth, but you're like, I can't stay here because I'm not comfortable. So you went back to the comfort zone that wasn't a place where growth could occur. If you've ever felt like that, I want you to put something in the chat. And even if you don't put it right now, I don't see anybody typing anything. So I'm not sure maybe if I'm the only one who has been feeling out of her comfort zone. Come on, guys, don't be shy. This is the place for us to talk things out. This is the place for us to let all of our fears show. Because in this show, there is no judgment. Have you ever been in a place where you are uncomfortable and you do not know? I'm just looking at different devices because I'm not sure if I'm being updated here. So Leona Bryce says many times for her, she's been in a place of that comfort zone. You know what I call that comfort zone? I call that comfort zone a beautiful prison. And I want you to think about that for a while. A prison. Why would I call some place that's comfortable a prison? Why would I do that? Because in that comfort zone, you know what? I'm not going to answer that question now. I'm going to give you guys some time to post your discomfort, your moments of discomfort in the chat. And when we come back, hopefully we'll have some response from me. And then I'm going to delve into why I think that those comfort zones are just beautiful prisons, trapping us and preventing us from becoming who we really can be. So I will see you soon. Let's take a commercial break.
Let the rhythm inspire you at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Pure Jazz. Tuesday, May 5th, Grammy-winning Esperanza Spalding. Then on Thursday, May 7th, Branford Marcellus Quartet. May 6th, Kingdom Night, Gospel Powerhouse Ty Tribbett. Ada AE. Then feel the rhythm at Caribbean Fusion. Friday, May 8th, featuring the original Wailers with Al Anderson. Skip Marley, Cass the Band. Imran Nerdy, Dexter Daps. World Beats. Saturday, May 9th, Afrobeat sensation Thames. Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May. The ultimate celebration, Sunday, May 10th, featuring the legendary Billy Ocean. Beverly Knight, Mervyn Wilkinson, R&B icons Brandy and Monica. Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Mondador Jazz presents Calypso Cabaret on the Rooftop, Thursday, May 7 from 8 p.m. On stage, Calypso Monarchs TC Brown, Herb Black, Reigning King Desral, Linda Chocolate Berthia, Liam Happy Jabatiste, Junior Calypso runner-up Treasure, the return of the journalist and Super Sweet, And celebrating his golden jubilee, 50 years in Calypso, from Trinidad and Tobago, the Pink Panther, MC Izai Hall. Tickets cost $50 and are available at Steve's Barbershop. You pay more at the door. Park and ride from outside Central Library to Jazz Calypso Cabaret, Thursday, May 7th from 8 p.m. on the rooftop. The view is on the house. For more information, call 487-6614.
Life is a cabaret, old chum, so come to the cabaret.
Love how we party, love how we fet, pour out the bounty, everything's set, celebrate good friends and more. Let me see, tout moon, farewell. Love how the twin peaks rise to the top, bounty, treasure, right non-stop. We love with spirit and we all have fun. Love that loose and rum,
perfectly blended, smooth, the rum of the people. Experience the 6 flavors of bouncy rum, the spirit of St. Lucia.
DJ Shows and Momo present Sunrise to Summer. Sunrise to Summer. Most anticipated event for the summer. It goes down Saturday, June 27th at Legends Place, 495 East and 95th Street. Get ready for the Total Destruction crew. DJ Kev, Top of the Line Family, DJ Young G, and the birthday boy coming through. The Simpler X, live on direct out of Vinci. Tickets are only $20. You pay more at the door. With drinks on sale and food on the house. Saturday, June 27th, Sunrise to Summer. New York, get ready. This is gonna be a movie.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub. When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
So welcome back, Hush Talkers. Guys, if you are enjoying this show or if you have enjoyed other Hush Talk shows in the past, one of the ways we grow is to give us likes, give us loves, give us thumbs up. If you can add a little emoji to the show, that helps bring in funds for the platform. It helps, just get sponsors for Watch Radio NYC. So please, if you're able to add a little likes and a little loves and a little emoji, let us know that you're enjoying the show at this time. Leona asked a question. She says, how is it beautiful? And I guess she's referring to when I said, staying in your comfort zone is a beautiful prison. I am not going to get to beautiful yet because I want to read Shana Salam's post first. Shana Salam said, I used to be afraid to leave my comfort zone. But after watching something called Who Moved My Cheese, I am no longer afraid of change. I take chances and looking forward to growing every day. I am now always looking for ways to grow both professionally and personally. Everyone should watch it. It changes your perspective greatly. I think I've watched that exact, I don't know what it is. It's a video, but it's a production. I'm not sure who came up with it, but Who Moved My Cheese, I know what Shana is talking about. So if you have a chance after the show in your spare time, just put it up online, Who Moved My Cheese, and watch it, and you will see what she's talking about. Shana, if you want, you can put a little more information in the chat so people who are interested know exactly what they're going to be looking for. But I want to kind of address Leona's question since we have no more chats, comments in the chat right now. Leona asked, how is it beautiful? We all know prison to be something that restricts, something that's unpleasant, something that we experience as a result of like a negative consequence to maybe crime or bad behavior. So how can a prison be beautiful when a prison talk about restricting you and taking away your freedoms? But that's exactly what the comfort zone does. The thing about the comfort zone is that you're not in there because you're lazy. You're not in there because you're unmotivated. You're in there because you're afraid. You're afraid that, well, what if I move and maybe the result I'm expecting doesn't show? Maybe what I want, I don't get. Or especially if maybe you're expecting to take a little route, you're like, I don't know how to get that. I don't know what to do. Well, what if it doesn't work out? Those comfort zones bring a lot of what if moments, a lot of what if questions. And because of that, it keeps you right where you are. So there is very little chance for growth. There is very little chance for making mistakes. And based on our experiences, based on what our elders told us, based on previous Hush Talk shows, we know that we embrace mistakes. Mistakes is a place where growth happens. There is no way any of you can tell me you've done something that has been really wrong, that has not felt good, and you didn't learn anything from it. Even if something great did not come out of it, at least a learning opportunity came out of it. So you figure, you know what? I don't want to go over there. I don't want to pass there. If I pass in that area, it's a shorter route. I'm not gonna pass in the long route. I'm gonna take the shortcut. When you took that shortcut, you thought you were gonna get home earlier, but there was some dogs in the area. They started barking at you. They jumped the fence. They chased you. Thank goodness you escaped by a hairbreadth. They didn't get to you. Tell me the following week, if you have to think about how am I going to get to that destination, if you're going to choose the shorter route, or if you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to go the long way around. I might take more time, but I know I'm going to be safe. So that negative experience, that mistake you made you realize that this way might be shorter, but it's an unsafe route. So no matter what situations we find ourselves in, if it's a mistake we're making, if it's something that's not great, we will learn from that mistake. And hopefully we will not repeat that action again. Some of us don't learn. Sometimes we make the mistakes over and over and over, the same things happening with the same results, and we take the same course of action. We are not learning, but most of us, we learn from our mistakes. So if we get out of that beautiful prison and give ourselves time to spread, time to grow, then we will realize that comfort zones are not as glorified as we make them. We should give ourselves the opportunity to grow. Good night, V. Good night, V. Good night, V. Welcome, welcome. V, our topic tonight is how do we get out of our comfort zone and put ourselves into situations that may be uncomfortable, but understand that discomfort is an ingredient for growth. And I'm asking that question because I am very guilty of it. I was supposed to talk about the continuation of jazz and the big event tonight in St. Lucia, which is Kingdom Night or Kingdom Hall. I don't know, something, Kingdom Night. Repeat the topic. The topic is, how do we examine the things that keep us in our comfort zone? How do we get out of that comfort zone so that we can grow? And the context for this topic is that I was supposed to talk about jazz tonight, Kingdom Night, but I don't know too much about that particular event. And I don't know a whole lot about jazz because since I left St. Lucia in 2001, when I was in St. Lucia, jazz wasn't, maybe it was a big thing already, but it wasn't a big thing that I could afford. I was living on a very small teacher salary, and I used to enjoy jazz at Sioux Square. That was the free jazz. I didn't used to go to all of those events here, there, everywhere. So I don't really know how they play out. And I have never returned to St. Lucia during jazz to enjoy jazz. I have, though, however, heard about the various artists performing. I know there was a time Luther Van Jones went to St. Lucia, and he was one of my favorite artists. There was another time this country and western singer, Tammy Wynette, went to St. Lucia. I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I could have gone. So I know about the various artists who have gone. But in terms of knowing a lot about the event and how it's organized and how to get tickets, and then just kind of like have a conversation on it on my own, brought a little bit of hesitation for me. And I just feel like I don't know much enough about jazz for me to talk about jazz tonight. So what I did, I decided, you know what, I'm going to talk about another topic. So as I started, thinking about another topic, something in my head said, you hypocrite. You're moving away from that topic because you're not comfortable. So why don't you stay in it and, you know, grapple with the discomfort and make it work? But I'm like, grapple with what? I still don't know enough. So I decided I was going to talk about the topic of facing your discomfort, getting out of your comfort zone so that you can breed environment for growth, environment for success, environment for expansion, environment for making the uncomfortable comfortable. That's the topic for tonight. And thank you, Vic, for letting me know it's Kingdom Night. So it's Kingdom Night tonight. I just want you, again, I didn't see any yes right now, so I'm to assume that I'm the only person, your host for tonight is the only person who has wanted to do something, but whose fear has held her back. Because earlier on, I asked if you've ever encountered a situation where you wanted to do something, you wanted to make a change, but fear held you back. Type yes in the chat or just give us a brief description of that situation. And Shana said something about, watching Who Moved My Cheese and how she used to be scared of certain things. But I don't see a lot of people saying that, they have their fear or their discomfort have held them back. So I guess this is just a me thing, although I kind of don't believe it. V said people change, people fear change. We often say we're open to change, but afraid to move out of their zones. I agree. And Peter says this allows for growth. It definitely does. Guys, let me share something with you to expand more on the beautiful prison. I am very sure, again, just to help you figure out, okay, have I been in that comfort zone that Yolanda is talking about? Have you ever been in a job? You've been in that job for maybe like 20, 30, 40 years, and you're still working in the same position. There have been opportunities when you could have applied for a promotion, where listen, I'm doing a great job, and you're seeing other younger people or other less qualified people coming into your environment, and they're doing stuff and they're making the same salary after working 1, 2, 3 years in a job that you're making after working 30, 40 years. And that's not fair. And you're telling yourself, you know what? they need to give me a raise because I'm worth more than that. I know my value in this company. And you need to step up to your supervisor or the manager or the CEO or whoever is in charge. And you have to have a conversation to say, listen, I have been working here for X, Y, and Z years, and I think I deserve a raise. But you stay and you don't say anything. You don't say anything because you're stuck in that comfort zone. You're afraid if you speak up, you might get hit with something, or worse yet, you might even lose your job because your supervisor might say, how do you have the audacity to tell them what kind of salary you deserve? So if you have experienced that, put a yes in the chat or put a like in the chat and show me that I'm not making things up. I'm not making things up, right? I'm very sure I gave the example of taking an alternative route, because you're afraid that if you go that route, something might happen. So I'm going to give the example of relationships. How many of us are in relationships? They're not safe. And when I say they're not safe, they're probably not particularly abusive, but they're not safe because we don't feel respected. We don't feel growth. We feel like we're not going anywhere. We've been with that same man or that same woman for how many years, and we're like, what is that person bringing to the relationship? You feel like you should just go out there. You should leave. It's time for you to leave. There's no growth. There's no love. There's no nothing. It's just mundane, everyday routine. And you want to leave. But then you tell yourself, what else is out there? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get the same boring routine and I'm going to get someone who doesn't respect me. You stay, even if you know you deserve more. That is staying in a safe relationship because you're afraid of starting over. That is your comfort zone and that is your prison. You're not thinking, well, what if I go out there and I really did meet the love of my life? That is staying in a comfort zone and being afraid to venture out because you're worried if you do, things might not be the same. I'm going to give one more example before I go back to my audience. How many of you have been wanting to go somewhere? You want to jump on a plane, you want to take a vacation, but you're afraid. You're afraid if you leave What if I spend money on a plane ticket, on a hotel room, or some experiences, and then I cannot pay my electricity bill? Or then I leave my kids behind? Or some other imaginary emergency come up and you feel like that vacation money, that experience money could have covered it, and you don't go. And then you keep saying next year, and then you all of a sudden now you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and you've never experienced anything. And then you look back and you say, but that money I didn't spend, what did it do for me? I still don't have it anyway. And some of the things are still not done. Why didn't I just go out there? Sometimes you're afraid you have no partner to go with, you have no friends to go with, but what if I can't navigate? I don't even know that place. What if I get lost? What if somebody takes me and I get kidnapped? You think of all excuses and then you stay in your comfort zone. That's what we're talking about. So I heard Jerry Peter saying, not wanting to be wrong, always keep me in my comfort zone. And that is absolutely true. Sometimes you just figure, you know what? I want to do this, but what if I do it and it doesn't work out? That's the same mistake I was talking about earlier. It is okay to make mistakes. The mistake might be uncomfortable. It might even be damning, but at least we're going to learn something from it. Peter says, yep, many times fear keeps us back. Okay, guys. So I want you to keep thinking of that. We're going to take another break. It's time for our commercial break. But when I come back, I want you to think about what new thing you might do this week that might take you out of your comfort zone, that might make you very uncomfortable. But you believe if you do it, it might open a new door for you. I want you to put in the chat something you think you're willing to try this week. Something that has been in the back of your mind. I really wonder, what would it be like for me to do this? And this week you say, you know what? I'm going to try it. Take a risk. Step out of your comfort zone. Put something in the chat. So when I come back, I can see what you've put. And together, you and I can step out of our comfort zone and take a bigger risk. Okay? I'll be right back.
Let the rhythm inspire you at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Pure Jazz. Tuesday, May 5th, Grammy-winning Esperanza Spalding. Then on Thursday, May 7th, Branford Marcellus Quartet. May 6th, Kingdom Night. Gospel powerhouse Ty Tribbett. Ada AE. Then feel the rhythm at Caribbean Fusion. Friday, May 8th, featuring the original Wailers with Al Anderson. Skip Marley, Cass the Band. Imran Nerdy, Dexter Daps. World Beats. Saturday, May 9th, Afrobeat sensation Thames. Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May. The ultimate celebration, Sunday, May 10th, featuring the legendary Billy Ocean. Beverly Knight, Mervyn Wilkinson, R&B icons Brandy and Monica. Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
DJ Shows and Momo present Sunrise to Summer. Sunrise to Summer. Most anticipated event for the summer. It goes down Saturday, June 27th at Legends Place, 495 East and 95th Street. Get ready for the Total Destruction crew. DJ Kev, Top of the Line Family, DJ Young G, and the birthday boy coming through. The Simpler X, live on the record of Vinci. Tickets are only $20. You'll pay more at the door. With drinks on sale and food on the house. Saturday, June 27th, Sunrise to Summer. New York, get ready. This is gonna be a movie.
The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Feel the rhythm at World Beats. Saturday, May 9th, Pigeon Island. Global Afrobeat sensation, Thames.
I need you in the morning, but I need you.
Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May.
Feelings so deep.
Ella May.
You know
Bartender, I pour a drink, a movie on to entertain. I'm down to do the little things.
Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
With all the wonders in the world, St. Lucia's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors, feel the love, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I roam. Majestic because stand.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub. When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
Hello, welcome back, Hush Talkers, welcome back. I am glad to see, even if it's one new comment in the chat. Because I don't like to be the only one talking. I did see while we were on our commercial break, Selena Philip, girlfriend, welcome to Hush Talk. Welcome, welcome. Our topic tonight is stepping out of your comfort zone. What can we do to push ourselves out of that comfort zone and on towards growth? I see V. Akote put in the chat, I will handle a situation I have been avoiding, which is having a difficult conversation about salary increase, which was mentioned to me for a few months, but nothing yet. Fear of the perception they may have of me, even though it was suggested and I deserve it. And V, you're absolutely right. You know, sometimes we know what we're worth and we know what we need to do, but we were afraid because we don't want people to talk about us. So if you're saying, from or somebody might be saying, well, why is this person so forward? If I tell you I'm going to give you a raise, I'm going to give you a raise. But meanwhile, you're working hard and cost of living is rising. And you're like, if you don't pay me my money, I don't have the means to continue. So it's your prerogative to go and say, hey, I know we spoke about XYZ. When is it going to happen? I'm saying this line, and my mind is already running away with me. I almost stopped in the middle to go back to what my mom was about to say. You know, sometimes we don't say things because we don't have the know-how on how to phrase those things. Like we want to tell somebody about our fears or our worries or about the reasons why we're unhappy. But we're afraid if we say that, they're going to look at us in a negative light. Or they're going to hate us, or they're going to, change their minds about us. But what we need to do, we can find diplomatic ways to say things, so that the people we're talking to understands where we're coming from. If you just go and say, hey, since that you're telling me you're giving me a raise, where is the raise? I'm waiting for the raise and I don't see it. Then, of course, it's going to look kind of like very unprofessional, very uncouth. But if you go and you say, okay, hey, can we talk for a second? Sure. Now, if you don't want to say it like that, you can go formally, write an email. Dear so-and-so, recently we spoke about raising salary. I was actually trying to plan and put some things in place, and I was wondering when I can expect that raise. Or even if you don't take in the email, when can we still have a conversation concerning XYZ? You make an appointment. If you want to make an appointment, you have a casual conversation. Hey, I know we spoke about having getting a raise. A few weeks have passed, and the conversation has not come up again. I was just wondering, when can I expect the salary increase to take effect? Whoever is in charge, if they get vexed, then they don't appreciate you as a worker. But if you don't advocate for yourself, who will? Sometimes we have to talk. I remember when I was younger growing up, I was more passionate. I'll call it passionate. Where when I had something to say, I just went off with an attitude. And I'm like, I'm going to get results. But as my mother used to say, age brings wisdom. And I realized that everything doesn't have to be handled with passion. Sometimes you can be very passively, I don't want to say passive aggressive, but I'm going to say passive aggressive. You can be assertive, say something that needs to be said, but say it with respect and with professionalism. So I'm going to leave that one, right there. Mr. Jerry Peter says, sometimes we're second guessing our abilities. And that's absolutely true. You know you have the power to do something, but you always second guess. You think twice, oh my goodness, what if that doesn't come out right? What if somebody doesn't like it? What if I get criticized? So if we don't have confidence in our abilities, then that confidence is not going to project from us for anybody else to be able to trust what we can do. You need to be able to trust yourself. You need to be able to sell yourself. You need to be able to embrace what it is that you can and cannot do. So I just want to leave it today with 3 of the reasons why we create that comfort zone for ourselves. Reason 1 is fear of failure. We were afraid that, as Jerry said a while ago, we're not able to, we second guess our ability. So we ask ourselves, what if I'm not able to do this well? So we have that fear of failure. The second reason is fear of judgment. As Diana said, it's almost like you guys planned this. You spoke about talking to your supervisor about getting that raise. What if they think, by me asking for the raise, it means that I am impatient, I am greedy, I'm too driven or whatever. So we're afraid of being judged. And the third reason, which I hope you're listening, is fear of success. I'll say that again. Sometimes we are afraid to succeed. And somebody's going to be, why am I afraid to succeed? Yes, we have an idea. And when we start thinking about where that idea can bring us or what action it can take for us to be successful, we're like, what? What? No. That's too big. We're afraid to dream. We don't have the audacity to admit that we want to go big, or that we can go big. So instead, we stay back in our smallness because we are afraid of our greatness. We're afraid of the greatness. So I want you to understand tonight that sometimes staying small might feel better because you don't have to deal with all of those things. But it might feel better, it might feel easier, but trust me, it holds you back. Shana Salam says, staying in your comfort zone can stem from many different reasons. And I absolutely agree. Some of those reasons is if there are times you're always doing something and you want to do something, but somebody puts you down, then you start almost like living in a self-fulfilling prophecy. Somebody's going to tell you, oh, you're not going to amount to nothing. You're no good. You can't do this. Sometimes you share your idea with somebody else. And instead of encouraging you, they go like, oh, that makes no sense. How will you even think about doing that? I have known people who have brilliant ideas. They were a little bit afraid and they run it by people who they think are friends, and their friends tell them, that are making no sense. That will not succeed. And 2 months later, that same friend take that idea and develop it and they're successful. And the friendship breaks. And that friend say, oh, well, I didn't tell you not to do it. You didn't do it, so I did it. So sometimes people, when they see your ideas or they hear your ideas, they see the potential. And if they're not genuine friends, they're going to discourage you because hopefully by discouraging you, it gives them that avenue to do it themselves. So sometimes you kind of have to just trust yourself, trust the process, trust God. Find somebody you can speak to who is trustworthy, who you know is not going to betray you. Develop yourself. Sit in that quietness. Sometimes the quiet scares us. Sometimes when our lives get silent and it forces us to reflect or to think about how things are, it scares us. But we can develop that habit of sitting into the quiet and asking ourselves, what can I do to grow? So I have asked myself the same thing tonight. I think for me, the comfort zone, not talking about jazz, was me fear of failure. Again, I didn't know enough about jazz. I didn't think I had it in me. Look, the show is ended And my co-host is probably still stuck in traffic because she never came on and we didn't do a jazz topic. So if I had gone and started talking about jazz, I probably would just be repeating myself and I'd sound like a broken record. So my not stepping out of my comfort zone tonight was fear of failure. But I want you to ask yourself tonight, what are you afraid of? What might you want to tackle in the next few days, in the next few weeks going forward? What might you want to tackle to get yourself out of that comfort zone? So I have a challenge for you. It's a very easy challenge. Anybody can do it. And I want everybody who is watching to do it just because I feel like I really want to get you out of that comfort zone and push you into something that I know you can do. So before we sign off on that show tonight, I just want everybody in the chat, if you are able, please type, I'm ready to get uncomfortable. And I'm going to type it too. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened for a minute. I think I took myself out of my thing by accident. I'm ready to get uncomfortable. So I have put it in the chat myself. So if I have put it, I want you to put it. There is nothing more powerful than speaking something into existence. I knew that I was uncomfortable. I told my husband, I said, babe, I'm not comfortable with that topic tonight, you know. And I'm like, am I a hypocrite? And I said, hey, I'm going to expose myself tonight. I'm going to show my audience. There are times when I feel challenged. There are times when I feel uncomfortable. And if I can come out to them, if I can come out to you and admit to you that I was uncomfortable tonight, that I feel like I was ill prepared to talk about the topic of jazz by myself, and that I was stepping away from my uncomfortable zone and I was staying in my comfort zone, I was able to admit that to you tonight. Then if I can do it, you can do it. Yes, I love it. So I see Watch Radio has said it. I see Adela, welcome Adela, welcome Adela. Adela says, I'm ready to get uncomfortable. Jerry says he's welcome to get uncomfortable. V is ready. Shana is ready. And I hope I know I don't always see all the comments, but I really, really hope that if you're watching tonight, just by putting that statement in the chat, I'm ready to get uncomfortable. If tomorrow at your job, at home, in the supermarket, on the subway, you encounter any experience and you be like, oh my goodness, this is going to be uncomfortable. You say to yourself, oh, I can't run from it. I promised Hush Talk and I promised myself that I was ready to get uncomfortable. Let me see if I tackle that situation tonight, if it's going to help me to put myself out of my comfort zone and closer to a new experience that one way or another might lead to growth. So thank you so much for allowing me to share my discomfort tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. Next Wednesday, we are going to go to talk about the topic we put off last week, the topic of domestic violence. And I like that it follows this because it might encourage some people to get out of their comfort zone, get out of violent situations that may not be working, or even if they cannot get out, because it's not just so easy to get out if you're in a situation. We don't know people's situations, but maybe we can bring some hope to people who are in situations that may not be so comfortable. So I am your host tonight for Hush Talk. Thank you so much for giving me a stage. Thank you so much for giving me a listening ear. Thank you so much for participating. And thank you for helping me to process my fear of getting out of my comfort zone. This is Hush Talk, where we talk about situations that are uncomfortable and make them comfortable. Until next time, I am your host, Yolanda.
Let the rhythm inspire you at the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2026. Pure Jazz. Tuesday, May 5th, Grammy-winning Esperanza Spalding. Then on Thursday, May 7th, Branford Marcellus Quartet. May 6th, Kingdom Night, Gospel Powerhouse Ty Tribet. Ada AE. Then feel the rhythm at Caribbean Fusion. Friday, May 8th, featuring the original Wailers with Al Anderson. Skip Marley has the band. Imran Nerdy, Dexter Daps. World Beats. Saturday, May 9th, Afrobeat sensation Thames. Princess Lover, X-Man, Lou City, October 4, and Ella May. The Ultimate Celebration, Sunday, May 10th, featuring the legendary Billy Ocean. Beverly Knight, Mervyn Wilkinson, R&B icons Brandy and Monica. Online tickets available at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.